Greetings all. So this is number 3. Who knew there were so many iconic motorcycle moments in movies? Suppose it makes sense. Let's talk about, say, Terminator. Now, the first Terminator, relatively low budget sci-fi movie, breakthrough for James Cameron and for Arnold Schwarzenegger, the role he was born to play. But a negative character, a villain, a murderer, a robot, and without the best budget special effects, wasn't really an inspiring motorcycle chase with a pickup truck, and definitely not iconic. However, I think it did lead to Terminator 2. Definitely iconic. Arnie as what turns out to be the good Terminator, riding the Harley Davidson. What's his name? George Thorogood, bad to the bone. The leathers, the boots, everything, and then the old man with the shotgun. Can't let you take the man's motorcycle.
Can't let you take the man's wheels, son. Now get off before I put you down.
And then, of course, we get a foreshadowing about this particular Terminator because he doesn't kill him. He takes the shotgun off him and reaches menacingly forward, but takes the sunglasses, puts the sunglasses on. Definitely iconic. Other points to note as the Terminator's riding along when he's going to rescue the kid from the new Terminator, the T-1000, and he's on the Harley. He reloads the shotgun while he's driving by spinning it around his fingers like in an old Western. He shoots the lock of the gate just before he drives through it. The jump, of course. I don't think really many, if any, Harley Davidsons would actually survive that drop. I think that must have been a highly strengthened chassis on that bike to take that drop, especially with Arnie's weight on board. But anyway, yeah, it looks good. He picks up the kid from his dirt bike onto the Harley, rides out of the flames. Definitely iconic. Bad to the bone. Perfect. And then we come to possibly the opposite of iconic. The movie remake of Chips, California Highway Patrol. But I'm choosing one point in that movie, one little sequence, which is the riding skill test performed by former motocross champion John Baker, acted by Dax Shepard. And that was fantastic. This just shows that a big bike can be ridden really well. The finishing with the rolling stoppie, fantastic. That was iconic in a very unusual way. Now, big icons, huge icons, James Dean. Now, I struggled to find any clips of James Dean actually riding a motorcycle. We know, of course, he was killed in a Porsche. He rode motorcycles, but I can't find any clips. If you've got any, please let me know, send them to me. I'd love to have a look, but I can't find any. Closest I can get to is the biographic movie Ride with James Franco. He's riding motorcycles in that. And I found a documentary where we see the shop near to James Dean's childhood home, where his first and his last motorcycle are preserved there now in a museum, very close to his home. Yeah, it's ironic. He raced motorcars. He did road safety commercials on TV talking about be careful on the road. He rode motorcycles. He was an out there kind of guy, and then was killed in a highway accident. It appears to be somebody else's fault. Just sad. There's an argument to say that James Dean is so well remembered because of unfulfilled talent. Maybe he went on and he made a couple of shitty movies and we didn't like him anymore. But still can't help thinking what a loss. And what would he have been doing as he got older? Now, 2 movies, kind of one. Thank you for reminding me of this, Catherine Helmsley. Top Gun, the first one. Definitely iconic, not a Harley. Kawasaki on the map, the GPZ 900, revolutionary bike at the time. Did things, had features, huge engine, lots of power, but it had awesome suspension. Then we've got the iconic bike jacket, the leather flying jacket Tom Cruise is wearing. The Ray-Bans, of course. Racing along the road next to F-14, iconic. I've talked about this in another film review of Top Gun Maverick, but I bought a GPZ, I've got the jacket, etc. I became a pilot. It was just definitely iconic. And then Top Gun Maverick, Top Gun Part 2. where they cleverly reference the old bikes. We even see him riding the GPZ 900 on the day he's going to work to try and beat the Mach 10 speed. He's also got the H2, the new Kawasaki Boss bike. We see the dirt bike in the background in the hangar. A really brilliant movie, as I've reviewed before, but referencing back to the icons of the previous movie and introducing new ones. And of course, the Porsche Spyder from the first movie, Porsche 911 with the Fuchs wheels, the 1970s one in this movie. So iconic many ways, particularly motorcycles, well done. Now let's talk about a very serious movie. I think I shied away from it, although it came top of the list when we were thinking of iconic motorcycle movies. The motorcycles are iconic, I suppose. I shied away because I don't like Harley Davidsons. I really dislike choppers, particularly ape hangers. I just don't get it. I think they're silly. If you have a justification and explanation why you would want to have a Harley Davidson chopper with ape hanger bars, I really don't understand, but put it in the comments, let me know, explain to me why. Easy Rider. Very powerful movie. It stuck a finger in an open wound in the United States at the time, in the middle of the Vietnam War. It was outside the studio system, put together by Hopper and Fonda themselves, written by those two guys with a friend, produced by Fonda, directed by Hopper. Very, very powerful movie, not in line with the mainstream media at the time, and it was referring to freedom. Now, that's something we associate with motorcycles, going on a motorcycling trip, the attitude of motorcyclists. But the Jack Nicholson speech is as relevant today as it ever was. Relating to personal freedom, expressing it, and the fact that people take these rights extremely seriously and will talk about them and shout at you if you appear to be trying to infringe them, but you exercise them at your peril.
It's freedom.
What the hell's wrong with freedom, man? That's what it's all about.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what it's all about, all right.
And these are guys following their own path. Billy and Wyatt. Billy the Kid, Wyatt Earp, modern day cowboys. Yeah, they were doing a drug deal, so they were outside the law. In those days, it was relatively minor, but you know, that's what they were up to. And Jack Nicholson's speech about be careful if you actually exercise those rights.
No, well, don't make them running scared.
No, it makes them dangerous.
And it is iconic. The motorcycles represent something very powerful there. And it's important because to maintain our rights, we need to exercise them. I think COVID lockdowns, something that would never have been tolerated a few decades ago. And they come at a price. Exercising those rights can put you in the firing line. And that's exactly what happened to the two characters in Easy Rider. So I don't like the motorcycles, but it's such a powerful film that I guess it has to be on the list. So please exercise your rights, but in the words of Sergeant Phil from Hill Street Blues, let's be careful out there.
Hey, let's be careful out there.
Okay, feedback welcome as usual. Please subscribe, send me messages. What else have I missed? There must be many out there. I'm going to see if I can dig out some more. These are some of my favorites. Thanks for watching.